We'll just go. Hello and welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. After 2 days off, we have the top two teams in the Cal Ripken League facing off tonight here at Criswell Automotive Field. I'm David Lewis, alongside me, Sammy Krimstein. And starting on the mound for the Giants will be Jackson Bauer. Again, it's the 18-8 Alexandria Aces at the 17-9 Gaithersburg Giants. This is going to be a great one, Sammy.
Absolutely will, David. Really looking forward to this. Whenever these teams have faced off, for the most part, it's been a really good game. The Aces have taken all of the matchups this year. This is the only team Gaithersburg has yet to beat. Of course, they're trying to change that today.
First pitch finds the zone on Tim Nicholson for strike one. This one flied in the air. Aiden Robbins under it to make the easy grab for out number one.
And this Aces lineup is just absolutely relentless, as we were talking about. The first 6 batters in their order, all named to the All-Star team. That game will be played next week.
This one hit hard in the air to right center field, and that's in the gap. And it's going to be a ground rule double as it bounces over the short 6-foot fence out there in right center field. So Jonathan Peltier, first pitch swinging, is able to put that one in the gap.
Well, that's the fastball. Has a lot of run. Unfortunately, that time for Bauer, it runs right into the middle of the plate. And Peltier, who has been swinging a hot bat all season long, average up at .345, leads the league in stolen bases. So you got to watch out from now at second base.
First swing and a miss by Riley DeCandido, the 3-hole hitter. He's been kryptonite for the Giants in the first 3 meetings.
Yeah, DeCandido, he's been a Giant killer this year.
0-1. This one put on the ground to the newly acquired Giant Andrew Hollop, who steps on first bases. That one bounced right up into him. Good job to keep it in front of him. He's walking around gingerly.
And that's a good job, Bauer, going right back into the zone and attacking. You notice 3 batters, 3 barrels for the Aces. That's what they do all season long. I think they're the only team in this league with an OPS combined over 800. Yeah, that's the entire team. Really good stuff offensively for these guys, and it'll definitely be a challenge for the Giants pitching staff. It has been this year, but with Bauer on the mound, he's looking to overcome that. Runner just 90 feet away, though.
1-0. This one hit in the air, left field. Jaden Brown under it to end the inning. And Jonathan Peltier got it off with a ground rule double, but could not get past third base. The score is still 0-0, and we'll head to the bottom of the first on the Giants Broadcast Network. Alright, we'll come back.
Yeah.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. And the first 3 meetings, we did not see the Aces ace But tonight we are seeing Zach Quansney on the mound for the Aces. Sammy, he's been impeccable.
He has been the ace for the Aces. You're absolutely right. 27 and 2/3 of work, an ERA in the mid twos. But what is really impressive to me, a 38-3 strikeout to walk ratio. A lot of those strikeouts accumulated in one game against the Big Train, but still, I mean, only walking 3 over 27 and 2/3. Yeah, this guy's in the strike zone.
Just another all-star in this Aces lineup. First pitch to the first all-star on the Giants roster. Brady Powell misses up high for ball 1. 1-0 inside, now 2-0.
Brady Powell has been maybe the most reliable hitter. He's been in the order just about every evening for the Giants, and he just gets it done when they need him to.
2-0. That one misses upstairs. 3-0, and this would be the first walk in, I believe, 2 weeks for Quansney. .3-0. Had to find the zone, and it does. Count goes to 3-1. This one hit in the air, center field. Under it to make the grab is E.J. Hankerson Jr. And there's one gone here in the bottom of the first.
And that is a really good piece for Brady Powell. He took that one 340 feet, just 10 feet shy of the fence here in Gaithersburg. Left the bat at 94 miles per hour. He pieced all of that baseball, but just not enough. A good play in center field by the UMD man, Hankerson.
That'll bring up Aiden Robbins. First pitch he puts on the ground to the shortstop, Peltier, who makes the throw in time. So after 3 straight balls, Quansney has now found the strike zone 3 straight times to get 2 outs.
And that's a really good pitch. Coming in straight, a little bit slow, and Robbins just gets ahead of it. That's been, when he has issues, that's it. He's usually ahead, rolling over on pitches.
That brings up the newly acquired Giant Andrew Holub. Holub, the rare Big Ten player. This league doesn't really have too many of them. He's from the University of Iowa. First pitch was high. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Wasn't squeezed by Miluski behind the plate yet again for the Aces.
Yeah, Holub committed to play at Iowa. He played his JUCO ball at Wake Tech and was named a third-team All-American this past season. Out of high school, he was the number 1 third baseman in all of New York. Wow. So this is a guy with talent, and you bet that TJ Brockway, the manager, and all the players in the dugout are very excited to have this guy on the roster.
1-2. That one misses outside. Count goes to 2-2.
I mean, think of the confidence he's showing a guy for his first day. Hey, you're batting the 3-hole.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, right? I mean, that is confidence in a guy who has certainly earned that kind of confidence the way he's played.
2-2, 2 out, bottom of the first. Holub swings and misses. His first strikeout as a Giant. Not how he wanted to start things off, but score still 0-0. We'll head to the second inning here on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. I'm David Lewis, alongside me, Sammy Krimstein. Today, Jackson Bauer back on the mound. First pitch to Miluski, bounces in for ball one.
Bauer got hit around a little bit his first inning. They barreled up some baseballs, but all of them were two fielders for the most part. Did give up a double, but despite the barrels, it was a quick first inning. I believe only 6 pitches, so maybe not exactly what he wanted, but it's efficient, and now gives him a chance to go deep into this game.
Count 1-1. That one misses high and outside.
And TJ Brockway's been a manager who has let his guys go as deep as they could go into games. Not all of the managers in the Cal Ripken League you can say the same about.
It's now 3-1 to Kevin Miluski. Seton Hall product watches that pitch find the zone. Count will go full. Miluski leads this Aces team in home runs, but this time he will walk.
The third baseman, number 40, Ethan Plyler.
That'll bring up Ethan Plyler. The 6th All-Star in this batting order for the Aces. Comes into this game batting .328. First pitch, Plyler fouls into the fence. That was rocketed off the bat.
Not only do they have 6 All-Stars in the order, but their starter, Kwasny, also named to the South Division All-Star team.
0-1. This one fouled again, back into the fence. Count goes 0-2.
After losing the leadoff man to walk, I'm glad that Bauer is in the strike zone, but in the zone with competitive pitches around the edges. Those are the kind of pitches that he is going to have to live off of today.
0-2. This one fouled again by Plyler.
Yeah, Bauer, a good pitch, but not a great one. He maybe should have aimed that one a little bit lower with 2 strikes, but he gets a foul. Dodges a bullet there as that one hung over the plate a bit.
0-2. That one misses low. Now 1-2. Bauer, this is his 3rd start, his 6th appearance on the season. 1-2 misses outside. Now 2-2. We've seen Jackson appear in many different settings. He closed the game out on June 20th against the T-Bolts, and then a week later started against the T-Bolts. 2-2 misses upstairs. Now count goes full. So now back-to-back full counts for Bauer after just a 7-pitch first inning. 3-2 pitch from Bauer. Strike 3 called. Plyler thought he had a free base, and it was a late strikeout call, but Jackson Bauer will take it, his first of the outing.
You can't ask for a better pitch. We're looking on our TrackMan, and that is right on the corner of the strike zone. You can't do it better than that. Jackson Bauer making some really good pitches. A double play would be perfect for him right here. Has worked through some trouble here in the, that pitch count going a little bit up the second inning, but
Pickoff attempt. That one gets away from Holub, but not far enough away for Miluski to take off. First pitch to Hankerson Jr. found the zone. Hankerson Jr. batting .227 coming into this game, the UMD Terrapin. 0-1 inside.
Hankerson made that nice catch off of a hard-hit Brady Powell line drive in the first inning.
1-1, runner goes. Throw down by Barham White is way in front of Miluski. What a great job by Barham White behind the plate. The pop time was there, and the throw was equally as impressive to get Miluski stealing.
Wow. Barham White has been money all season for the Giants.
And strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts interrupted by a caught stealing by Barham White. And the Aces go down 1-2-3. We'll step away. The score still 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second on the Giants Broadcast Network. All right. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. So we go to the bottom of the second. A.J. Martin stepping up for his first at-bat, and he's riding quite a streak, right, Sammy?
16 games consecutively with a hit. The only game he has not recorded a hit this season was his very first as a Giant.
Yeah, that one back at the start of the season against the Big Train. First pitch to Martin, misses outside.
To get this kind of consistency in the summer, when all sorts of things are always changing around you, is
1-0, this one's fouled off.
it's huge for a guy like Martin, who is still uncommitted. He's still looking for his next home for the next few years. I'm really interested to see where he goes, and if the performance he's had this summer, not just in offense, but defensively too, he's been really good, versatile. Giants have put him all over the infield. Today he's playing shortstop. He's played a lot of third, some second as well. He's a very well-rounded player.
1-1, he hits this one straight up out of play. It stays in play, or came off the netting, I guess. I didn't see the netting move, so can only assume that's what happened. Count goes to 1-2, and Martin started at George Mason, where the right fielder for the Aces, Quinn Irons, is now. This one hit right back up the middle and down for a base hit. Make it 17 for A.J. Martin.
17 straight games with a hit. You don't see that at the major league level hardly ever. I mean, that's something that's very hard to accomplish, and it just takes guts, it takes confidence, it takes just belief in yourself, right? I mean, Martin has been so good. I mean, coming up in big spots too for the Giants. There's not even a lot more you can say on it.
Jaden Brown hits this one into the gap past the shortstop. So back-to-back singles for the Giants. It's 2 on and nobody out for Barham White.
Barham White, a guy who has yet to get going offensively the way he's really wanted to this summer. But he certainly can hit, has power. Hit a home run in Lorton maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. His swing, you could see that he can drive the baseball. Let's see if he can do that right here.
First pitch to the Giants backstop. That one finds the zone. Much needed for Kwasny.
Kwasny getting fired up. That's 87, the hardest he's thrown in this game yet today. Putting some gas behind it here in a tricky spot.
0-1 from Kwasny. Swing and a miss by White. Count will go to 0-2.
That one that fooled him was the cutter. A really good pitch. It's not a ton of cut, not a ton of break, but it's subtle and slows a little bit from his fastball.
0-2 swing and miss by White. 3 straight strikes. We'll see the first out of the inning.
Number 45, Ethan.
Not what White was looking to do his first at-bat, of course, with runners in scoring position. Now it's going to be another listed catcher, DH today, McNally.
Yeah, McNally's been having a really good couple weeks. He swings and misses at the first pitch.
And once again, the cutter. I think that could be the pitch that Kwasny starts to lean on today.
0-1 finds the zone.
Yep. And once again, the cutter. He gets Barham White to swing and miss at it, and I think he's gone to it maybe 3 or 4 straight times now. It's a pitch that, it was actually, Martin hit it, but it's a tough one to barrel up.
0-2 upstairs. Count goes to 1-2.
Back to the 4-seamer there. And that's a good 2-strike pitch. Tried to ride him high above the strike zone. McNally, great take. Did not bite.
1-2. Swing and a miss by McNally. So after back-to-back singles, it's back-to-back strikeouts for Zach Kwasny.
And you'll never guess what the put-away pitch was. The cutter, once again. He goes to it. The first 2 get swings and misses. Deviates from it with 2 strikes, and then right back to it for the put-away. And now the Giants will have to clutch up here with 2 outs.
Brings up Leighton Lackey. First pitch to Lackey finds the zone. Lackey has gotten hot more recently. He started the season off really well, had a grand slam in the third game of the season, and then cooled down for a while. Fouls this one off, and he's down 0-2. And Kwasny now at 41 strikeouts in this Cal Ripken League season.
In still under 30 innings.
Yeah.
Great stuff from him.
0-2, 2 out, swing and a miss by Lackey. So after surrendering back-to-back singles, it's 3 straight strikeouts swinging for Zach Kwasny. The score still 0-0. We'll step away here on the Giants Broadcast Network. And we are in the third inning.
Quickly.
Oh, yeah, quickly. It's
Wow.
been quite a start to this game. Zach Kwasny shutting down the Giants' offense last inning after giving up 2 straight singles, struck out 3 in a row after that. Jackson Bauer on the mound again, swing and a miss from Amari Allen.
Amari Allen, a guy I will always remember. I will be humble enough to admit he hit 2 home runs off of me in high school. He played at Sherwood, and that's the kind of guy he is. He hits for power. Hasn't done that too much this summer, but really talented player who has incredible bat skills.
1-1, bounces in, makes it 2-1. Allen, the designated hitter tonight for the Aces. 2-1, finds the outside part of the zone, count goes 2-2.
This summer, Allen batting in the 280s, 3 doubles.
2-2, swings and misses at a ball in the dirt.
And that's always been Allen's kryptonite. The big breaking balls, with 2 strikes especially, where you have to shorten up, you have to expand. Bauer capitalizes on that, gives him the 72 curveball.
First pitch swinging is Sam Robertson. Leighton Lackey barely has to move, and quickly it's 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Jackson Bauer, outside of a walk and a long at bat to Plyler last inning, has been working efficiently. And TJ Brockway always loves getting length out of his starters.
Brings up the top of the order, and Tim Nicholson. First pitch to Nicholson finds the zone 0-1. Nicholson will be a junior at George Washington. That pitch bounces in, count goes to 1-1.
Again, an all-star, like many aces.
1-1. Bounces in. Count goes to 2-1 now. Two one, misses low. 3-1.
Nicholson, one of the returners for this Aces team, and he was really good last year as well, batting .333. Was also named an All-Star last year.
inside, and he'll find his way on base via a walk.
The shortstop, number 28, Jonathan Peltier.
Two-out walks are, I mean, they say if double plays are a pitcher's best friend, two-out walks are a pitcher's worst enemy. Bauer hoping to work away from that and get out of this one.
Brings up Jonathan Peltier, first pitch inside. That one barely missing. Peltier Had a ground rule double his first time up. Pickoff attempt. Nicholson's back in time.
Yeah, and that double was a shot. He took it the other way, and it, on a one hop, got over the fence over there.
1-0. No one finds the outside part of the zone. Count goes to 1-1.
Really good pitch. Just runs into the strike zone at the last second.
1-1, 2 out, runner on first. Check swing. They say he went. It's a really good job by Bauer.
An enticing pitch that every hitter, their eyes will light up at it, but then it gets to you and you realize that's too high. Peltier that time cannot hold off. Good pitch from Jackson Bauer.
1-2, 2 out. This one hit softly in the air right field. Robbins under it to make the grab and end the top of the third inning. We'll step away on the Giants broadcast network. The score is still 0-0.
What can I say?
Welcome back on the Giants broadcast network. David Lewis alongside me, Sammy Krimstein, and Zach Kwasny and Jackson Bauer really giving it their all early in this one.
This has the looks of a pitcher's duel. A bit different than the other times these teams have played, which have been, for the most part, filled with runs. After all, these are two of the better offenses in the league. I would not be opposed to a pitcher's duel today, I'll say that.
Colin Gibbs steps up first pitch. He swings and misses. Colin Gibbs, one of the players that after the Southern Maryland Senators game in Waldorf the other night, I got Raising Cane's with. That pitch misses outside. Count goes 1-1.
I remember you mentioning Raising Cane's to me before the trip. Did it live up to expectations?
Oh, it always does. it always does.
I'm glad.
1-1, swing and miss. And I was talking to Colin's brother, Casey, who's also on the team, not in the lineup tonight. He really wanted to golf these 2 days off, but no one was available. Swing and miss by Colin Gibbs for the first out of the inning.
Kwasny has now struck out his last 4 batters. Last inning, he surrendered 2 hits to begin things, but locked in and locked down. And he has been on fire since.
Swing and miss by Powell for strike 1.
Waving at, once again, the cutter. That's just a great pitch.
0-1. He hits this one into the netting and foul.
And the only Giant who has connected with that pitch has been A.J. Martin, who singled it into right field. So, Giants have been good at this year. Communicating, saying, hey, how'd you do that?
0-2. This one hit on the ground to the shortstop, Peltier, who makes the throw in time for out number 2.
Well, the Giants finally avoid the strikeout to Kwasny, but it's just a weak ground out. He has now set down his last 5 in order.
Brings up Aiden Robbins. First pitch he hits to the second baseman, Robertson, who makes a nice backhand play, and the throw in time for out number 3. And we'll go to the 4th inning. The score is still 0-0 on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Hello.
All right, we're coming back.
The first baseman, number 25, Riley DeCandido.
And Riley DeCandido will lead off this fourth inning. And just 3 hits on the board between the two teams. Jackson Bauer, first pitch to DeCandido, swing and miss.
This guy's batting in the 3-hole for a reason. He leads the team in RBIs at 26.
0-1. Narrowly misses DeCandido. Count will go to 1-1. That one is in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. DeCandido provided the go-ahead RBIs in the 11-9 game, the second meeting between these two teams. That one does hit DeCandido, so he'll get a free pass.
The right fielder, number 35, Jamie Quinn Irons.
That's what happens for the pitcher Bauer when you don't fully get on top of and around the curveball. Just lets it hang and doesn't break as much as he wants it to. Kind of just skids right into the body of the batter, DeCandido.
Brings up Jamie Quinn Irons. DeCandido goes, throw down by Barham White. This one offline. So DeCandido with this rare stolen base on Barham White. That pitch missed way upstairs. The count is 1-0 to the George Mason product. Quinn Irons. 1 out. Count goes to 2-0. And the interesting thing about that 11-9 game that finished in 10 innings was Quinn Irons had a bobble in the bottom of the 8th. And Austin Grass elected to hold Ethan McNally at third base. And had he come around, it was 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th for the Aces. And had Ethan McNally come around on that bobble, it would have ended the game in regulation with a Giants win. But can sit here talking about if, ands, or buts all day. 2-1 to Quinn Irons. That one misses low. 3-1.
A walk, not the worst thing in the world, but with this part of the order, all these all-stars coming up, you got to be careful with putting too many guys on.
3-1. Misses way outside. And that's Bauer's third walk, his fourth free pass already.
And the curveball, which has been his predominant off-speed pitch, really his best pitch in my opinion, has looked not as sharp this inning. He let it hit DeCandido, who stands at second base, and he's been leaving it arm side a lot. That's an adjustment he's going to have to make with now Quinn Irons, another all-star coming up.
Swing and miss by Miluski. Makes it 0-1, and Seton Hall product, just like his college teammate Aiden Robbins, they both lead their teams in home runs. Miluski with 5 for the Aces, Robbins now with 4 for the Giants. This one he hits hard into left field. Jaden Brown makes the grab. It's a really nice adjustment by Brown in left.
The third baseman, number 40,
And the runners will not advance.
Yeah, Brown misread that one off the bat. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And he certainly adjusted well to the baseball, found it in the air, and all that matters is that you make the play. He records the out. And the Giants are one step closer to getting out of a jam right here.
Brings up Ethan Plyler, who struck out his last time up. He hits this one in the air and just gets out of play. Count goes 0-1. Oh, 1 inside again, narrowly misses Plyler. Almost loaded the bases on that pitch. One out. Runner on first and second. Inside. Count goes 2-1.
As much as you want to attack in a situation like this, and you don't want to load the bases, you have 7, 8, 9 coming up. So I wouldn't be too aggressive here, risk giving up an extra base hit.
2-1. Inside. He got that strike call this time. Count goes 2-2.
And that's a perfect pitch from Bauer, who you can tell is intentionally nibbling the edges of the strike zone. He knows that leaving a pitch out over the plate to Plyler is just not a good idea.
2-2. This one hit in the air, shallow right field. Robbins tracking it. It goes foul. So Robbins cannot make the play, but fortunately it went foul.
He was still diving after that one.
Yeah.
You gotta love the effort. I mean, effort is never lacking with Aiden Robbins. He's always the guy taking extra bases, diving, running into fences, whatever you need, whatever the team needs. Aiden Robbins has got you. Hitting home runs, he leads the team in that.
We talk about running into fences. Just a week ago, Leighton Lackey in center ran into the fence at Bethesda. Swing and miss by Plyler. A big strikeout for Jackson Bauer.
E.J. Hankerson Jr.
Just an incredible sequence from Bauer, who knows the situation as a pitcher, knows to get around the strike zone, get him to chase a few, but does an effective job at not giving a pitch over the heart of the plate.
Brings up E.J. Hankerson Jr. First pitch outside. And as I mentioned, Leighton Lackey in center. It's very encouraging. The Giants getting him back in the lineup. He ran into the fence in Bethesda just a week ago and had to be removed from the game in just the second inning. 1-0. Hankerson Jr. That one's inside. Runners advance. The throw down. There won't be a throw, excuse me. And now the runners on second and third. So now that strikeout to Ethan Plyler becomes even bigger. I mean,
it's so important because the first 6 guys in this order, all OPS is over 800. The bottom 3, none of them over 800. So you don't want to take him for granted.
2-0. Finds the zone, makes it 2-1.
And this is where, if you're Bauer, you can be more aggressive. As I said, you don't want to leave just, 80 yard over the plate at him, but you feel more confident in going after these guys.
2-1. This one hits softly in the air. Powell under it to make the grab. Jackson Bauer gets out of a jam and will head to the bottom of the fourth. The score still 0-0 on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. And Zach Kwasny has retired 6 straight Giants as Andrew Holub, the newly acquired Giant, looks to get his first hit of this summer.
As I mentioned before, he was a third-team All-American for JUCO this year. One of the best corner infielders in his state coming out of high school. This is a guy who, when he gets going, will get going for these Giants.
This one he hits hard in the air, deep center field, and that ball is gone! Andrew Holub, welcome to the Giants! What a way to break the ice! It's 1-0.
Wow. Well, I was talking about Holub getting going. I didn't expect it to be the very next pitch, but there you go. That's what makes him so special. Has that big power that just honestly shifts the entire way a pitcher has to think about a lineup. Now you know that he's swinging the bat, and the Giants, a 1-0 lead. Gotta love it.
A.J. Martin hits this one deep into center field. Back at the fence, it's gone! Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back home runs, and now it's 2-0 Gaithersburg.
You can't ask for a better start to the inning. And the funny thing is, Kwasny was looking like he had totally settled in. He was dominating this order. He had backed down 6 consecutive hitters, and 2 pitches into the 4th inning, 2 home runs, and a 2-0 deficit. Now he faces 2 towering blasts straightaway center field for the Giants. I mean, that's where home runs are going to happen here at Criswell.
Yeah, both in very similar places. Jaden Brown swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, and Kwasny, probably knowing Jaden Brown was going to swing on the first pitch after what just happened, puts that one where he can't hit it. That pitch misses low, count goes 1-1.
Giants hitters have been having issues with that cutter. That Martin home run, guess what? On the cutter.
1-1 puts this one on the ground to the second baseman, Sam Robertson, who fields it and makes the play in time. And Zach Kwasny probably giving himself a sigh of relief there as he gets his first out of the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, he needed that one. But now it seems like the Giants have figured out his special pitch. We'll see the adjustments he makes.
First pitch, Barham White swings and misses. And this is going to be the tell-all sign here is how quickly the Giants can get to the Aces bullpen. 0-1, that one in the dirt. Now, 2 off days in a row, you're going to have all your guys available, but so is the other team. So the Aces will probably have all their best bullpen arms available. 1-1, Barham White hits this, and it's caught by Peltier at short. What a great play by him. And Barham White probably feels robbed, and he should.
For a guy who's been struggling a little bit, struck out his last time, that's the worst feeling when you finally piece up a baseball, 98 off the bat, and then the shortstop makes a miraculous play. Give credit to Peltier.
Ethan McNally stands in. He takes first pitch for strike 1. Yeah, that was rocketed, but Peltier made a really, really nice grab. 0-1. That one misses outside. And it wasn't that high of a jump, but just that it was well timed by Peltier.
It's a tough play to make.
Yeah.
It makes it look a lot easier than it really is.
1-1. Finds the top of this. Excuse me, that one dropped right over the middle of the plate. Thought that would catch belt high, but that one fell a little closer. Count goes 1-2. 1-2 swing and miss by McNally. So after back-to-back home runs on back-to-back pitches, Kwasny gets 3 in a row, and we'll head to the 5th inning. The score now 2-0 Gaithersburg. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. David Lewis alongside me, Sammy Krimstein, tonight. And the Giants now up 2-0 after back-to-back solo blasts from Andrew Holub and A.J. Martin. Jackson Bauer, first pitch, finds the zone on Amari Allen.
Allen struck out his last time.
0-1, he puts this one on the ground. Brady Powell can't make the play. It just bounces over his glove.
The second baseman, number 4.
Just out of the reach of Powell. There at second base. Amari Allen doesn't have to hit that one incredibly hard, but it's hard enough. It's in the right spot, and it gets through the infield.
That'll bring up Sam Robertson, pickoff attempt not in time. And it was very interesting where Powell was playing on that play. I mean, you have the lefty up in Allen, and that one was just able to get into the gap. Another pickoff attempt. This one a lot closer, but no tag applied by Holub.
Keeping an eye on Allen despite him not having a stolen base this year.
First pitch to Robertson. He squares to bunt. He gets it down. It's going to be a close play, and there will be no throw. A perfect bunt by Sam Robertson, and there's 2 on, nobody out.
I just think that's really selfless of Robertson, who is seeing the ball well today. He smashed a line drive into center field his last time, but he decides that what's best for the team is him to square up, and man, is that a perfect bunt right on the edge of the infield grass. And now the Aces have 2 base runners with the top of the order up.
First pitch to Nicholson. He squares to bunt. He gets it down. This one a little easier for Bauer to make. The throw, though, not in time. He had a tough time picking it up out of his glove and making the transfer. And now it's bases loaded, nobody out. And that'll warrant a mound visit by pitching coach Vinny Capozza. And Bauer, just last inning, got out of a jam after he hit DeCandido and then walked Quinn Irons. And he got 3 consecutive outs to get out of there. But now 2 singles, and then that one also being scored a single. So 3 singles, 2 via a bunt, has the bases loaded, nobody out for Peltier, who has the only extra base hit for the Aces today.
This is the ultimate jam. This is worst case scenario for the Giants. Bases loaded, no outs. Bauer has been really good about working out of those jams today and throughout the season. He's the kind of guy, he's very chill and never gets too high, never gets too low. And I think that's important, especially in a place like this. That's the temperament you want from your pitcher in a situation like this. Someone who's constant. Someone who could be a rock for your squad. So, you also got Bennett Sheeler back there, his battery mate, who is the same way. Very much a calming presence. So, I think the Giants, personality-wise, they're ready for this situation, and we'll see how they attack it with the beefiest part of the Aces order coming up.
First pitch to Peltier. Misses outside. Count goes 1-0.
Peltier, a double back in the first inning, flew out to right field in the third.
1-0 to the Wright State product. 1-0 finds the zone. And an interesting thing about Wright State, before I really knew what I wanted to do in college, I went and toured Wright State because of the aerospace engineering, and I spoke to one of the guys about their tournament game. That pitch finds the zone. Count goes 1-2. I talked to them about their tournament game where they were beating one of the number 1 seeds, Tennessee, before a walk-off grand slam. And I completely forgot that was Wright State that blew that game. So I was talking to him about college baseball. 1-2. This one hit in the air, shallow right field. Robbins makes the grab. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw, not in time. So an RBI sac fly by Jonathan Peltier, and it's 2-1 now. Both runners advanced, so now it's two in scoring position, just one out.
Well, it's very few bases loaded, no out situations that you allow no runs to cross. So there's no reason to panic after a sac fly. Honestly, one of the better case scenarios. But he has to keep it coming.
First pitch on the ground to Andrew Holub. He makes a really nice play, and the runners do not advance.
The right fielder, number 35, Jamie Quinn.
That was very good job by Bauer to attack DeCandido and limit his damage, and a very good job by Holub to grab that one that came off the bat at 93. Brings up Quinn Irons, who hits this one into center field. Lackey makes the grab on the run. And that is a very, very good job by Jackson Bauer to limit the damage to just one run. The Giants now looking for insurance runs as the Aces respond. The score 2-1, and we'll step away on the Giants broadcast network. All right. Welcome back on the Giants broadcast network, the bottom of the fifth, and the guy that ended the top of the fifth, Leighton Lackey, will lead off for the Giants. And Sammy, how important are insurance runs going to be in this one?
Insurance runs are always going to be important, but I think especially today, just because this Aces offense never quits, even when you have only one run on them, you can't count them out.
Certainly can't. First pitch to Lackey bounces in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0.
Yeah, they just keep going. So, yeah, insurance runs, as you mentioned, David, yeah, they're going to be massive in a game like today's.
1-0 to Lackey. Upstairs, count goes 2-0. Lackey started the hands, elected not to go around. Good choice. Now 3-0 to the Clemson product. 3-0. Finds the zone. No surprise there. Lackey, he takes very patient at bats. He does get on base via walks. He fouls this one off. Count will go full.
And you ask, how does a pitcher go, 30 or so innings, only walking 3? What you just watched is exactly how. He gets down 3-0, but 3 balls, not a walk. He comes right back, fires it into the strike zone. Like, when he needs to be in the zone, he is almost always in the strike zone. Kwasny has really impressed me today.
Full count pitch, way upstairs.
And of course, then he walks his first batter of the game.
Yep.
Maybe using the broadcast jinx to my advantage here for the Giants. But that was his first walk, and it's the 5th inning.
Yeah.
So that tells you something about how he's been, and he has 6 Ks.
Yeah.
Only 1 walk. You won't worry about that.
His command and his ability just to disguise his pitches is unreal. Bunt by Colin Gibbs. He gets it down, and the toss by Kwasny in time at first. Lackey advances to second.
And that is a sac bunt. His peers are going to see one. And he does a really good job executing it. He knows it's not for a hit. He's not aiming it down the line. It's just right, 45-degree angle, splitting the first baseman and pitcher. And he gets the bunt right in that spot and sacrifices himself to get things to the top of the order.
Brady Powell watches ball 1. 1-0 to Powell with Lackey in scoring position. He goes, and Powell having to fight that one off. Not a bad pitch to swing at. Count will go to 1-1.
Seems Lackey was going off of looks there, timing up the looks of the pitcher, Kwasny. And he must have seen some sort of pattern he liked, took off.
1-1, 1 out. Pitch on the way inside. Count goes 2-1. And Powell in his last 4 games is 3 for 16. Not what we're used to seeing
All
from
those
him.
3 hits coming in the same game,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
That was all in the Braves game. He sees that one come upstairs. Now goes 3-1.
Yeah, I felt like that Braves game was him returning to form. It has been a bit on the struggle bus lately for Brady Powell, but I mean, it's a long season. That always happens, and it's about how you bounce back from it.
Certainly right. 3-1. Pitch from Kwasny. Powell fights this one off straight up and into the stands, and that hits somebody's drink. We don't serve beer here at Criswell Automotive Field, so just knocked over some water. Unfortunately, he can't catch a baseball in a water bottle.
I will say, good turnout tonight for the Giants.
Yeah.
Good seeing some fans out of the park.
Full count, swing and a miss by Powell. And Kwasny looking to avoid his second walk of the outing, and he does with his 7th punch-out.
Cutter is used again as the put-away pitch, and I mean, he just does such a good job of disguising pitches, as you mentioned, bouncing off of them, went fastballs, and then back to the cutter. I mean, he's a pitcher's pitcher. He's not just a 2-pitch guy who has crazy stuff. He has a lot of good pitches that have movement and, run and velocity, but he uses them all together in a beautiful way, like an artist almost.
Swing and a miss by Robbins. That was a big, big cut by him. Oh, 1 to Robbins. That one misses low. Count goes even. And as you mentioned, Robbins now the RBI leader at 19 on this Giants squad. He picked up 4 in the Senators game just a couple nights ago. Had a triple and a double in that one. 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Could make an even 20 RBIs, but with 2 strikes and you're facing Kwasny, it could be an uphill battle.
That one misses outside. Count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, he just lost that one, slipped from his grasp. Was trying for it to be that put-away cutter, but maybe got around it too much. It's hot out here. Maybe just the sweat and couldn't hold on to the baseball.
2-2, 2 out. This one hit back up into center field. Under it, E.J. Hankerson Jr. makes the grab to end the 5th inning. Lackey gets on base via a walk. Can't go further than second. And we'll step away here on the Giants Broadcast Network. The score, 2-1. All right, we'll come back. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. TJ Brockway going to the pen. It's Mitchell Bramsway on the mound, and this is now his third straight Giants game, so he's probably the biggest beneficiary of the 2 days off we got.
Absolutely. Yeah, pitch back-to-back days, as you mentioned, heading right into the break. He's been used a lot this season, and that's because manager TJ Brockway trusts him just as much as he trusts any other pitcher in this bullpen. Bramsway pitched for the Giants last year, was rock solid. This year he's back, and look, he's not going to overpower you with velocity. He doesn't have an incredible put-away pitch. He's just a very solid pitcher who puts it in the strike zone when he needs to and knows how to spot up.
First bat he will face is Miluski. Foul tips it back into Barham White's glove. Count goes 0-1.
And a really nice day for Jackson Bauer, who went 5 innings strong for Gaithersburg.
0-1. That one misses outside, 1-1. Yeah, and Brockway probably sensing that he was losing his stuff. He had back-to-back innings where he got into a jam, was able to get out of it the first time unscathed, but the second time did let up one run. Miluski fouls this one into the netting. Count goes 1-2. Bramsway closed out the game against the Senators. Went 1 inning scoreless, no hits, 2 strikeouts. Faced the minimum there. 1-2. This one put on the ground to A.J. Martin at short, who makes the throw in time for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 40, Ethan Plyler.
Off speed that time. Works it backdoor into the strike zone, and at 70 miles an hour, the batter Miluski had really nothing else to do but to roll over on it, and that's why Bramsway's effective. He knows when and where to put his pitches.
He's another guy that was at the Raising Canes after that 9-4 comeback win. That one bounces in and over the glove of White. Count goes 1-0. And I asked him, how did you do back-to-back games? Because a lot of guys, they don't want to do back-to-back games. They might have issues with arm deceleration when that happens. And he said, it's because I'm an old guy. This one popped up in the air, shallow right field. Robbins running, cannot make the play, but putting that maximum effort on display yet again is Aiden Robbins.
Always, every time. Aiden Robbins just gives 110% every play, and that's one of the things I really love about watching his game, and I think that's why Seton Hall loves to have him.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to be a dual sport athlete, maybe run some track and field for them, because he's certainly racking up the mileage out there in right field today. 1-1, 1 out. That pitch finds the zone. Count goes 1-2. Bramsway looking for his first punch out of his outing. Against Ethan Plyler. That one check swing. They say he did not go as that one bounced in. Count goes even at 2-2. Two, 1 out. Strike 3 called. What a great job by Bramsway on the mound.
Bramsway has just been so effective. I mean, he's a veteran. I'm looking right now. So he is, I believe, a rising grad student. He's actually older than a swath of young MLB players. He has a very similar birthday to Ellie De La Cruz. Older than Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker, Evan Carter, Jackson Merrill, who's a Maryland guy, Jackson Churio. Some notable names, young guys, all of them, but that's why Brockway loves Bramsway so much. He's a veteran. He brings that presence to this team, a lot of knowledge and expertise that he kind of has
And entering the game is number 21, who's not listed on the Aces roster, at least on the league website. So we'll get that. It's Ty Goodson, a rostered pitcher from Liberty. He fouled the first one up. He pops this one up to Colin Gibbs at third, who makes the grab. So an interesting pinch hit for the Aces, but was not able to get on base was Ty Goodson, and we'll step away. The score is still 2-1 here in Gaithersburg. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. And Andrew Hollab, who homered his last time up to get the game started in terms of run scoring, will step back in for his third at-bat as a Giant. He already has his first hit and his first RBI and his first home run. Great debut for him so far. First pitch to Hollab, check swing, he fouled it off. Count goes 0-1.
Yeah, and you can see immediately why this guy's going D1 Power 5. Big power immediately for the Giants.
0-1, he puts this one on the ground. Kwasny fields it and makes the throw in time. What an athletic play from the pitcher.
Well, that's usually a play that pitchers will lay off of making. That's a play that's easier for the third baseman who is coming in, has the angle, has the momentum towards first base. But hey, if Kwasny can make that play, let him, because he did, and he made it look really nice. Not an easy one to make, but he sure made it look routine.
That'll bring up A.J. Martin. Had the second home run. This one he hits hard into right field, and that is down for a base hit. It's going to be extra bases. It's off the fence. Quinn irons the throw in, and it's a stand-up double for A.J. Martin.
Okay, David, don't look now, but A.J. Martin has a single, a double, and a home run.
Ooh.
Hey, this is a pretty big park. If he gets another one down that right field line, maybe a little softer, who knows? But A.J. Martin, who's already hit in 17 consecutive games, has a 17-game hit streak going, is a triple away today from the cycle. That's good stuff.
That'll bring up Jaden Brown, who's 1 for 2 today, singled back in the bottom of the second. First pitch, Brown hits the opposite way into left field, and that's down. A.J. Martin's going to score. Jaden Brown on his way to second, and it's back-to-back stand-up doubles for the Giants. It's 3-1 Gaithersburg.
Brown, a guy who has a lot of pull power, but that doesn't mean he feels the need to pull the baseball every single time. He's also very good, as he did that last time, at letting a pitch get deep. That time he gets the fastball, and he just pokes it the other way pretty hard. Gets a double out of it, driving in a run.
That'll bring up Barham White. First pitch, White fouls off. And we have just gotten confirmation that it is not Ty Goodson. Suspicions were correct. Ty Goodson, not a two-way guy. Instead, It's Tyler Sorrentino in center field, and he had that pinch hit last inning, taking over for E.J. Hankerson Jr. Oh, 1 to White. Swing and miss. Makes it 0-2. Pitch from Kwasny. White fights this one back off into the netting.
The hits haven't been falling for him, but he's still been having good at-bats as he does there. Keeping himself going, fouling pitches off.
Yeah, he was robbed of a hit his last time up as it left the bat at 96, but it was a line out to the shortstop. 0-2, he puts this one on the ground and into left field. Brown held up because it was just one out, so it'll be runners on the corners for Ethan McNally.
There's a hit for Barham White, who is very happy to finally be back on base after that one. Now here's McNally, who's also struggled today with 2 strikeouts.
And that'll warrant a mound visit for Zach Kwasny. Seems like they won't go to the pen, but the Giants really getting to the ace's ace.
Yeah, I mean, they are doing a really good job at just taking advantage when he misses out over the plate. That one, I mean, that one's below the strike zone, actually, where Barham White got it in to left field. And what I mentioned about Barham White is his 2-strike approach. He hasn't faltered in that, despite having some struggles. He's a guy who you really notice it. If you watch Barham White up there with 2 strikes, it is very different than how he looks with less than 2 strikes. He widens up, he chokes up a lot on the bat. He's just trying to get anything to the barrel of the baseball, and he expands the zone there, a pitch that was nowhere near the strike zone, but he still gets a base hit out of it.
That brings up Ethan McNally, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. That one bounces in. Count goes 1-0. And this is a big spot for the Giants offense. As they get to Kwasny, this is the 3rd time through the order, and this is the most hits that Kwasny's allowed through the order. That one inside 2-0. First time through the order, it was just 2 singles and 5 punch-outs. Second time through the order was 2 home runs, 1 punch-out, and 1 walk. Barham White goes, no throw down. And the count goes 3-0, and 2 runners in scoring position, just 1 out.
Stolen base number 1 of the season for Barham White, the catcher. That's why the dugout gave him a little cheer after that.
Barham White, the latest mic'd up Giant.
I'm glad they got him mic'd up. He deserved that one.
3-0 inside for ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Leighton Lackey.
We'll see how much of a leash they give Kwasny. The bases are loaded. It is the bottom of the order. I would hypothesize that if he gets back up to Powell or maybe even Robbins, he will be done.
First pitch to Lackey, bounces in. And for a guy that came into this game with just 3 walks, that's now his 2nd of the evening. He's given up 7 hits as well. One 0 to Lackey. This one, he hits off his foot.
Ow, that does not feel good.
It doesn't.
Somehow, whenever a player does that, it always seems to miss the leg guard. Wherever the leg guard isn't, that's where the ball is going to go every time, somehow.
Yeah. A lot of these guys finish with their toes to the sky when they don't get a full piece of it. So kind of hits the inside part of their foot. 1-1, check swing. They say he went. Lackey unable to hang up at a ball that hit the plate. Count will go 1-2. And Lackey, one of the more patient hitters in this lineup, getting a bit antsy there. 1-2. Strike 3 called in the bottom part of the zone. Lackey's going to want that at bat back. And it's now 2 outs. The base is still loaded for Colin Gibbs.
A phenomenal pitch. I want to call it a sinker, although it may be a changeup, but no matter the case, a little velocity off the fastball, really good horizontal break.
Colin Gibbs puts this one on the ground to the first baseman, who fields it, tosses it to second, not in time! And Jaden Brown scores. It's now 4-1 Giants.
That is a hustle play. I mean, a ball that probably should have been an out based off of its batted ball profile, but the Giants end up getting a run because of it. Now you got the top of the order.
Brady Powell steps in. Guy who's been struggling now with a big opportunity in front of him. First pitch finds the outside part of the zone. Count goes 0-1. Bramsway throwing behind the dugout, trying to stay loose. 0-1, check swing. Say he went. Count goes 0-2. That one a 50-50 call. Kwasny looking to get out of a big jam. He's already surrendered 2. 0-2, 2 out. Misses outside.
Talking about Barham White, who basically takes away his stride with 2 strikes. Powell, not one of those guys. You'll still see him loading like normal, but a good 2-strike approach nonetheless.
1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. Kwasny gets out of bases loaded, no out. Gives up 2 runs, however. And we'll step away. The score now 4-1 Giants on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Not right yet.
Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Giants adding 2 more runs. The score now 4-1 as we enter the 7th inning. Mitchell Bramsway continuing his night of work.
Bramsway worked a very nice 6th inning, 3 up, 3 down. Trying to do the same thing here in the 7th.
First pitch to Amari Allen. Misses low, ball 1. Again, that was Tyler Sorrentino, who was the last out of the top of the 6th, not Ty Goodson. 1-0, Allen jacks this one, deep right field. Robbins backtracking, and that ball's gone. Amari Allen showcasing the power as the Aces chip away at the Giants' lead. The score now 4-2.
Amari Allen's first home run of the 2024 summer campaign, and I mean, as I mentioned, I know he's a guy who can do that. He did that twice to me in high school ball. He did it, I mean, I think in a short high school season, I think he hit like almost 20 or so home runs. I mean, he's a guy who, until that, really hadn't showcased his power this summer, but it is certainly there. I mean, to get it out of the corners here at Criswell, you have to hit it a long, long ways.
Yeah, that one I believe was about 360, disappearing into the trees in right field. First pitch to Robertson, found the zone. That one bounces in. Count goes to 1-1. Robertson singled his last time up. He was the third-ranked shortstop in his high school recruiting class from the state of Alabama. He's an Auburn Tiger. Fouls this one back into the fence. Count goes to 1-2. And he was given I believe a 9.5 out of 10 grade by Perfect Game, which puts him in the top 10 rounds of the MLB draft. That one misses over the head of Robertson. Count goes 2-2. Much like his teammate, Jeremiah Jenkins, who we will not see for the rest of the summer in this Cal Ripken League as he gets ready for the MLB draft. This one fouled into the netting. Jenkins from the University of Maine has had back-to-back 20-plus home run seasons and now finds himself in the top 250 to 200 range of this upcoming MLB draft.
Former Gaithersburg Giant, Jeremiah Jenkins.
2-2. Robertson fights this one off. Almost hit Vinny Capoza on a baseball bucket by the Giants dugout.
Curveball just tied Robertson up that time. Ended up being late on it because he was trying to wait so much.
2-2. Misses outside. Count goes full to the Auburn Tiger. Full count, no out. This one hit back up the middle into right center field, and that's down for a base hit. Robbins does a good job cutting it off. The throw at second is a close one. Not in time. Umpire giving some mixed signals here. He gave a safe, like a half safe call.
Yeah, not very clear with whatever it was.
Robbins did a great job at cutting that one off before it made it all the way to the fence. Unfortunately for him, he had a slight bobble on the transfer, but it was a heck of a throw from right center field.
And how about the bottom of this Aces order that today has been doing some damage, despite those being the three guys in this lineup that are not named to the All-Star team. Amari Allen going deep. Robertson with the double right there. In the fifth inning, they had a few hits that set up the first run the Aces would score in this game. So the bottom three guys, despite not making the All-Star team, have really been the ones contributing today for Alexandria, which could be scary for the Giants because if the top of the order, if the guys that are supposed to be doing what they do start contributing, things could get rough real quick. So this is a big spot for Bramsway to shut things down before the top of this order can get into their rhythm.
Yeah, you're right. That brings up Tim Nicholson, who's 1 for 2 today, singled his last time up, walked in the top of the third. He squares to bunt that one upstairs, and he was able to pull it back. Count goes to 1-0.
A lot of speed. Nicholson, the GW product. Could be trying to beat one out down the line, maybe just a sack bunt to get a guy over to third base.
1-0. Finds the zone. Count goes to 1-1. So Bramsway, after going 1-2-3 last inning, has given up a home run and a double. First two batters. That one finds the zone. Count goes 1-2. Big spot here for Bramsway. 1-2. Check swing. Nicholson able to hold up. Count goes to 2-2. 2-2. That one just lofted high. Count goes full.
If you're Bransway, a walk is the last thing you want. You got Peltier, DiCandido, Quinn Irons, 3 guys with OPSs in the 800 range, 900 range.
Full count pitch misses. And Bramsway not finding the zone.
Number 28, Jonathan Peltier.
It's his first free pass of his outing. And the 5th for the Aces offense tonight. So now it's runners on first and second, nobody out for Peltier. First pitch finds the zone. Peltier had the RBI sac fly his last time up. Now he faces an 0-1 count. Pitch from Bramsway. Cannot find the zone. Count goes 1-1.
Very good for Bransway, though, to get ahead. Starting things 0-1 as a pitcher in a tricky spot like this, massive.
Time called by the home plate umpire. One from Bramsway. This one hit back into deep center field. Lackey looking up. That one's off the top of the fence. There's going to be a play at the plate. At least one run will score. Being held at third is Nicholson, who gets back in safely. And now it's 4-3.
Well, that's what happens when you put the bottom of the order on for the top of the order. It's like playing with fire with these Alexandria Aces, because the top of the order has been relatively quiet in this one. But there you see Peltier ripping a double, and you think they might want to start making some noise here late in this one. They've now trimmed things to just a 1-run lead, and it's a situation that makes the Giants a bit nervous right here, with 2 runners on, only in front by 1.
Yeah, we're getting a umpires conference here. I'm not sure what the conversation is about. TJ Brockway
The first baseman,
went out to talk to the umpires. Not sure what he was challenging there. But now it's still 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out for Riley DiCandido, who's done a lot of damage to the Giants this season. First pitch to DiCandido, infield in. That one misses the zone outside.
This could be the biggest spot of this game that ends up dictating who will win this.
1-0. Great pitch to find the zone at 70 from Bramsway. One, nobody out. Runner on second and third. Pitch from Bramsway just misses low. Count will go 2-1.
Good spot for that one. The off-speed pitch, I mean, hit his spot, but just an inch below.
2-1. This one hit back into the netting. Count goes 2-2.
Now, I want to see him go back to that off-speed pitch. It's weird. It's almost like a screwball where it has inside movement, arm side run, and dips like a curveball. It's a really weird pitch, but Bransway's got to use it right here.
2-2. Outside. Count goes full. And Bramsway, this is now his 3rd full count in this inning, as a stray ball moves around. Not sure where that ball came from. I mean, you would hope.
Sometimes they just appear
I mean, yeah.
magically. I don't know.
The only place I'd think that would come from, based on where it was headed back to, is the Aces bullpen. Full count. This one hit back center field. Backtracking is Lackey, who makes the grab. Nicholson tags. And into third is Peltier, and now it's a tie game in the top of the 7th inning as TJ Brockway comes out to make a change.
Yeah, Bramsway had a good 6th inning, but things just got off to a rough start. The Allen home run, the second batter of the inning with a double. Not how he wanted this outing to go, as the Aces have now tied this game.
So we'll step away, and our camera will be back when we'll be back. The score now 4-4 as Aiden Gonzalez steps on the mound for Alright, come back. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Aiden Gonzalez on the mound now for the Giants, as now the Aces 90 feet away from taking the lead. They've scored 3 in the top of the 7th.
Gonzalez has been so good for the Giants this season. Just got named to the All-Star team. He'll come at you with the sidearm stuff. Really fun to watch. But man, this is a really tricky spot with a very small room for error.
First pitch to Quinn Irons misses outside. Count goes 1-0. Yeah, you're right. Gonzalez, this is his 13th appearance. He has just a 1 ERA, a whip at .83. Quinn Irons fouls this one off. Count goes 1-1. And that's across 18 innings pitched. He has 19 strikeouts, 8 walks, 7 hits, and just 2 earned runs given up. Those coming June 30th and June 28th. 1-1 misses low and inside. Count goes 2-1. Swing and a miss by Quinn Irons. Count goes 2-2.
Getting Quinn Irons would be massive. I mean, he's the cleanup guy, the centerpiece of this order here today.
2-2. Outside. Count goes full. This is the second time the Aces are seeing Gonzalez. He went 1 1/3 scoreless, got 2 strikeouts, faced the minimum back on June 26th in that 8-9 loss in Alexandria. This one hitting to right field. Robbins under it to make the grab. Tagging is Peltier, who was in, and the Aces, for the first time tonight, lead 5-4.
And that's the extremely small margin for error I was talking about. At the end of the day, Gonzalez does what he usually is supposed to do. He gets an out, but it ends up bringing in a run for Alexandria, and as you see there, the Aces, yeah, they have their first lead of this one.
That'll bring up Kevin Miluski with the bases empty. Swing and a miss by Miluski. And the Aces have 3 RBI sac flies tonight. This one hit in the air, popped up. Leighton Lackey calls for it, makes the grab to end the inning, but not before the Aces score 4 and take the lead. Score now 5-4 Alexandria, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th here at Criswell Automotive Field. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Chris Bursett, the manager for the Aces, going to the bullpen. Zach Kwasny's night is done, and Drew Sofield's appearance begins. Another Auburn Tiger in this lineup. This is his 4th appearance. He comes in with a 3.85 ERA and a 1.93 whip.
And the Giants at this point, Sofield definitely a force to be reckoned with, but the Giants, I think, are just happy to see Kwasny out of this game. He left with a handful of strikeouts. The Giants put 4 on him, but it was a very hard-earned 4 runs. Sofield is a guy that they feel like they can attack. A lefty, a lot of righties in the lineup today for Gaithersburg.
That'll bring up Aiden Robbins. And despite the Giants only putting up 2 runs last inning, Robbins was the only Giant not to bat in the 6th. First pitch to Robbins finds the zone.
Yeah, and the runners that Gaithersburg left stranded could definitely come back to hurt him.
0-1 to Aiden Robbins. Pitch from Sofield fouled into the fence. Robbins down 0-2. And Robbins with a rare quiet night, 0 for 3 tonight. Hasn't struck out, but still 0 for 3. It's a rare night that his bat does not get active. 0-2. He hits this one into the netting.
And Robbins, a guy who loves to contribute, really wants to contribute. It pains him when he has a day like this, but you know he's waiting for a moment where he can really shine. And maybe this is it, getting a rally started in the 8th inning.
0-2. Upstairs, count goes to 1-2. And in the past 7 days, this is Robbins' 6th game. He's 8 for 23, but has 3 home runs and 10 RBIs in those previous 5 games. 1-2. This one he hits hard into left field, and it's over the head of Tim Nicholson. A rare misplay by the Aces' surefire fielder, and it's a stand-up double for Aiden Robbins.
I don't think even if Nicholson reads that ball correctly off the bat, he's not making that play. That is hit 105 miles per hour off the bat. Almost 300 feet of distance in the air. Aiden Robbins hits the ball as hard as anyone in this league. It is ridiculous. And he cures his off night and contributes with a double. That's, I'm sure, bringing a smile to his face here.
Yeah, another extra base hit for him. Brings up Andrew Holub. First pitch bounces in. Count goes 1-0.
Here's a guy with power.
Yeah.
Hit a mammoth home run in the 4th inning.
Holub 1 for 3 with that solo home run. This time he has a runner in scoring position. 1-0. Misses upstairs. 2-0. And a nice breeze coming into our press box.
A
Always
much needed
welcome.
breeze. Oh,
yeah. Holub looking for his second RBI of the night. 2-0. Upstairs again. 3-0. Sofield a little shaken up after that double by Robbins. Again, it left the bat at 105. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen this season. 3-0. Just clips the top of the zone. Count goes to 3-1.
Sofield, after giving up the double, dodging around the strike zone a bit.
3-1 from Sofield. This one fouled into the netting.
And if you're Holub, you want to stay alive in this. He's a guy who wants to hit for power, but a ball in play does wonders almost anywhere you hit it. Moving that runner up to third has got to be the priority here, down by 1.
Full count pitch in the dirt. Ball 4, take your base, Andrew Holub.
Great at bat. He almost lost it there late, but he has a really good take on a pitch diving downwards.
And that'll warrant a mound visit.
Well, yeah, they don't want any part of A.J. Martin right now, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it looks like it's Chris Bursett, who did not make a motion to the bullpen, so he just wants to meet with his pitcher in his infield. As, again, the Aces for the first time tonight protecting a lead. It was 4 runs in the top of the 7th, but now it's 2 on, nobody out for A.J. Martin, who has gotten a hit in all 3 at-bats.
And those hits, a single, a double, a home run. A.J. Martin, I mean, what can't he do?
Yeah.
He's played some good defense as well.
And tonight is WWE walk-up song night, so a bunch of different wrestler walkout songs were used for walk-up songs tonight. A.J. Martin picking John Cena's. Jesse Lacefield used it for a good half of last season. Remember him, he was a two-way guy from Catholic University. A.J. Martin now steps in. First pitch to Martin. Upstairs. Count goes 1-0. And if you're Chris Bursett, that's not what you want to see. You go out there, you use a mound visit. You only have a few of those per game. And immediately after, your pitcher can't find the zone.
Not quite the Vince Capozzo effect that we have here in Gaithersburg.
1-0. Finds the outside part of the zone. Count goes 1-1. And when I mean outside part of the zone, that was a very borderline call. One one to Martin. Outside, 2-1 now. This was a big spot in this game. Giants trying to take back the lead. 2-1, nobody out. This one hit hard into the netting. Count will go even at 2-2.
Martin, a guy who's very aggressive in the count. Usually doesn't get too deep into at-bats, but having a good battle here, drawing some pitches. Now he's going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
2-2, no outs. Runner on first and second. A.J. Martin Pitch on the way inside. Count will go full.
Yeah, you hear the dugout say, win it, win the battle. And it really is a battle. In this huge spot in the game, as you mentioned, David.
Yeah, some tension building in the air. Sofield's got to be really careful where he puts this pitch. Full count. Inside. Ball 4. Bases loaded.
Just a phenomenal at bat by A.J. Martin, who is not the most inclined to take walks. He loves to swing the bat, but still this season, 13 on the year. He loves pouncing early in the count, but he will be patient when he needs to be.
And Jaden Brown, who's 2 for 3 tonight, steps in. Again, bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch upstairs, 1-0.
This is a spot where you need, I think to feel successful, I feel like you need at least 2 runs.
Yeah, this is a really big opportunity for the Eastern Kentucky product. 1-0. Bounces in, 2-0. And kind of the opposite to A.J. Martin, who now stands on first. Jaden Brown has taken quite a lot of walks for the Giants. He faces a 2-0 count. That one bounces in and up into the netting. And 1 run will score. Runners advance. And the game is tied.
Well, if you don't do it on a batted ball, why not just take advantage of an unfair bounce against the Aces that time? The Giants have now tied this game in unexpected fashion.
Yeah, that one took a towering hop. I'm not sure what it ricocheted off of, whether it was all plate or part of the catching gear, but it went a good at least 20 feet in the air. 3-0 to Brown. Inside, it's a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded again.
And you can tell that the pitcher Sofield is just rattled. He's already brought in a run, the bases are loaded, no outs. And I think that's a common thing for these SEC guys, or these Power 5 guys who come in, pitchers especially. He didn't see the field this spring for Auburn. So, I mean, he's at a Power 5 institution, but he didn't see the field. So now this summer, he has to kind of readjust it to in-game pitching. And this summer, he's only thrown 4 2/3 innings. So
Yeah.
he's still adjusting to, it's almost like spring training for him.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't pitched to live batters in a while. So it's not a huge surprise that this kind of situation falls into his lap where he's walking guys left and right and the bases are loaded and the Giants, of course, still threatening.
Giants looking to take back the lead. It's Barham White. First pitch to White. Misses high.
White with a much-needed double his last time.
Got a stolen bases last time up. His first of the season. 1-0. Upstairs again. 2-0. And that's now 8 straight balls from Drew Sofield. A streak that you don't want to have. Again, yeah, everyone's situation is different. Some of these guys coming back from injuries. Some of these guys haven't even played college ball yet. 2-0. Barham White takes that. And Sofield breaks the 8 thrown balls in a row. Count goes to 2-1. Barham White, who's barreled up 2 balls tonight. 2-1 swing and a miss. And Sofield back up on Barham White.
Great job of Sofield working his way back. Now 2 strikes.
2-2, nobody out, bases loaded. Pitch from Sofield. Inside, great job by Miluski to keep that in front of him.
Well, this is the spot where a good defensive catcher really makes all the difference. The one that got away from him and brought in the 5th run of the game for the Giants, you can't pin that on Miluski. It's just a really tough bounce to handle as a catcher, but that is a play on that last one where if he lets that go by him, the Giants take the lead. So give him credit for blocking up a baseball.
There's nowhere to put Barham White. 3-2. This one he hits back up and into center field. 1 run scores. A.J. Martin on his way home. The throw gets away from the catcher. And it's 7-5 Giants. A 2 RBI single from Barham White.
How good does that feel if you're Barham White? And that was pieced up as well, right up the middle, exactly what this team needed out of him. Again, 2-strike approach. Barham White now 2 hits with 2 strikes, and it's because he's willing to sacrifice some power, to shorten up, to widen up. 2-strike approach, Barham White is your guy.
And Chris Bursett has seen enough from Drew Sofield, and we'll step away as a new arm enters the game for the Aces. The score now 7-5 Giants. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Paul Whitcop, an incoming freshman at Richmond, will step on the mound. He inherits 2 runners and no outs.
Whitcop, as you mentioned, he's rising freshman, going to head over to University of Richmond, and he'll give the Giants a 4-pitch mix. Slider, curveball, changeup, and of course the fastball. For a young guy to walk into this kind of spot in what could be a championship preview here, the 2 top teams in the Cal Ripken League, it's a big spot for a freshman to walk into.
This will bring up Ethan McNally. He squares to bunt. He gets it down. It's going to be a close play at first. No one was covering. And safe is the call. Sam Robertson, the second baseman, had to come over and cover first because DeCandido came to cover the bunt. And now it's bases loaded again and still nobody out.
That is just awesome. The first pitch, this new freshman, who's walking into this huge spot, he makes a good pitch, but McNally squaring to bunt, and there's nothing he can do as a pitcher. They weren't ready for it. Small ball, and the Giants play it perfectly.
That'll bring up Leighton Lackey, who starts the hands on the first pitch but does not go. It's a called strike. And Whitcop, making his 11th appearance, has an .84 ERA and a .47 WHIP. 0-1 upstairs. Count goes to 1-1. He is yet another all-star for this Aces team.
Yeah, he's been real good.
1-1, nobody out, bases loaded. Finds the bottom part of the zone. Count will go to 1-2. And the Giants have only seen him for 1 batter back on June 8th in that 10-3 loss in Alexandria. 1-2, swing and a miss by Lackey. That pitch had him fooled. And the first out of the bottom of the 7th is Leighton Lackey.
Yeah, that's a really good pitch. The breaking ball and working backdoor just ties up Leighton Lackey.
And first pitch to Colin Gibbs is in the zone for strike 1.
The Giants now If Gibbs hits and if Powell hits, which you would imagine they will with one out, they would have hit through the order.
0-1, make that 0-2. So after McNally reaches via a bunt on the first pitch, Whitcop doing a really good job at hammering the zone. 0-2 to Gibbs. Outside, count goes to 1-2. It's that same put-away pitch he threw to Lackey, but that one a lot more outside. Gibbs able to judge it a little better. 1-2. Busted bat. This one hits softly into no man's land in center, and the catch can't be made. 1 run scores. Coming home is Barham White, who also scores. Busted bat, it doesn't matter. It's a 2-run single for Colin Gibbs. And now it's 9-5, Gaithersburg.
And you look at this, as soon as the Giants get to the bullpen, they break this thing wide open. And that's exactly what they needed to do. Give yourself, if you're the Giants, as much cushion as you can. And look, there's only 1 out in the inning. Why stop now? Top of the order.
Yep, you're certainly right. Brady Powell stands in 0 for 4 tonight. Looking to get going again. First pitch inside. Count goes 1-0.
Yeah, he would love a hit. I believe the only Giant that has yet to reach base tonight.
Yes, that is correct. With Leighton Lackey's walk back in the... Oh, this one put on the ground to the first baseman. It's going to be a close play at first, and the out is made. But the runners advance. So now 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs for Aiden Robbins.
Well, the Giants have officially hit through the entire order in this inning. Powell, not what he was looking for, but it's a productive out. Runners in scoring position for the top RBI guy on this team.
Robbins looking to add to his RBI total. He doubled to start this inning off. Came around to score. First pitch in the zone. Count goes 0-1. Giants now up to 12 hits. Really good offensive performance tonight. 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
This is the second straight game that Aces pitching has struggled. The day before the All-Star break, their pitching gave up, I believe, 16 runs to the Crop Dusters.
1-1. Swing and a miss by Robbins. Really good off-speed pitch from Whitcop.
Earlier in the inning, he was also down on 2 strikes.
1-2. This one hit hard into shallow right, and that's down for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, and it's another 2 RBI single for the Giants, who now lead 11-5.
And everything is falling. That one off the bat, not super hard, but they're just putting it in the right spot, and that's what happens when you're aggressive. You have good 2-strike approach. His second crucial 2-strike hit of the inning for Aiden Robbins. And, I mean, the Giants have just taken this game and they have burst it wide open. Exactly what they were looking to do as soon as they got to the bullpen, and well, you look at that, they've done it.
Pickoff attempt not in time. And Andrew Holub steps up for his 5th at-bat as a Giant. 1 for 3. Walked earlier this inning and came around to score. First pitch to him. Finds the zone.
Working Holub backwards, and rightfully so. Holub has shown that he's a bat to be feared, although this is just his first game as a Giant.
And he's made a couple really nice defensive plays already at first. 0-1 inside, now 1-1. One, 2 outs. Robbins on first. This one hit right side out of play and onto the soccer field. And despite darkness falling here in Gaithersburg, there are still people out there.
The fun never stops in Gaithersburg.
You're certainly right. Fun hasn't stopped here in this 7th inning. 4 runs for the Aces, 7 in response by the Giants. This one fouled again, this time into the netting. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, he just has to lean out and get a piece of the off speed there. Looked like a changeup.
And the Giants getting to Whitcop is huge. I mean, he was one of the really good arms out of this Aces bullpen. 1-2. This one hit in the air, right center field, and that's down for another base hit. Robbins on his way to third, and hesitation by Tyler Sorrentino, and now it's runners on the corners for A.J. Martin.
That is the Giants' 6th hit of the inning. They have just been finding a way. And this was a game that the Aces had all the momentum in, heading into the bottom of the 7th. And we'll have the Giants flip that around. Hey, and you know what would be a nice cherry on top? A triple for A.J. Martin to complete his cycle. You know, it was a walk, too, if you want to count that. I mean, call it like a 5-way cycle or whatever. He has been unbelievable.
First pitch to Martin. He's swinging for the fences there, but jammed him on the hands. Count goes 0-1.
You know it's in the back of his mind somewhere. Right?
Oh,
He
100%.
knows his stat line.
Aiden Gonzalez warming up with manager T.J. Brockway behind the dugout. He's trying to stay warm and head out for another inning of work. This has been a really long inning. 0-1, fouled into the netting. 0-2. Whitcop 1 pitch away from getting out.
Whitcop has been 1 pitch away a few times, and the Giants just keep causing trouble for him.
See if A.J. Martin can keep causing trouble. Down 0-2. 2 outs, runners on the corners. The Giants have already put up a 7 spot in the bottom of the 7th. This one, comebacker over the glove of Whitcop. It's going to be a close play at first, and it's in time to end the 7th inning. But the Giants' offense putting up 7 runs in response to the Aces' 4 to not only take back the lead, but take a 6-run lead. As we head to the 8th inning, the score 11-5, Gaithersburg. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network. David Lewis alongside me, Sammy Krimstein. And Aiden Gonzalez back on the mound. He's gotten a ton of run support in the bottom of the 7th. The score now 11-5. Excuse us for our scoreboard as much as we would want it to be 17-5. First pitch to Ethan Plyler. Misses high for ball 1.
It's a lot of runs of insurance for Gonzalez, but also a lot of time waiting out in the dugout.
1-0. This one a comebacker off the glove of Gonzalez. He tried to field it, and he'll just have to eat it there. It was a tough play no matter what for Gonzalez. That one coming off the bat at 84, just couldn't get it in the webbing.
Nothing you could do. Getting the glove in front it's a gut instinct if you're Gonzalez, and it just ricocheted right off of it.
Yeah, that'll bring up Tyler Sorrentino for his second at-bat. First pitch to him finds the zone. He's wearing number 21, rostered as number 88.
It's a good number, 88.
0-1 pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1-1. Defensive changes. Tanner Vicendes taking over at second base for Brady Powell. That pitch misses up high, now 2-1.
Giants made the same substitution their last time out in Waldorf, putting Vicendes into the game.
2-1. This one hit in the air. Out of play. Count goes 2-2. Yeah, I mean, Vicendes he started a few games lately not at that second base position. He started his last couple games, I believe, at shortstop and third base, but lately he's been a defensive replacement for Powell. That one fouled off, as again Powell coming back from major elbow surgery, so hasn't had the greatest arm. He's getting used to getting back into the rhythm of making throws, so he's not forcing too many hard throws, and his error count has gotten much better. 2-2 misses outside, count goes full.
Give Barnum White credit. Almost got the frame job, but pitched a little too far outside for the umpire's liking.
Full count. In on the hands. Good job by Sorrentino to stay alive.
I apologize, viewers at home, if that was a jump scare for you. I think that literally was a line drive right at our camera. But fear not, it is just a screen. TV screen or computer screen, whatever you're watching on phone.
Full count to Sorrentino. He fouls this one off again. Count remains full. Sorrentino giving Gonzalez quite the battle.
And that's going to be their route back into this one, making Gonzalez work and getting him out of this game.
Full count, no outs. Runner on first. In on the hands again. Sorrentino didn't want to swing at that one. It was a very late decision, and he gets just enough to stay alive.
Watch out again, camera. Sorrentino really making you guys get scared over there a little bit.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. This one put on the ground and in to right field, and it's bobbled by Robbins. Sorrentino headed to second, and Plyler stops at third base. So I think that'll be scored as a single, and then an error on Robbins. We'll see what the official scoring is that one just hopped up over Robbins' glove. He wasn't able to keep it in front of him.
Robbins has had some issues at times just playing ground balls in the outfield. The other day in Waldorf, had a similar error where a ball got passed and runners were allowed to take an extra base.
That pitch misses low on Amari Allen.
Allen, towering blast to right field, a home run his last time.
Yeah, it was just last inning, but it seems like forever ago. This one, he pops up into shallow right field. Vicendes was the closest one, but couldn't make the play. The count goes 1-1.
Allen found that power stroke his last time, and you bet he's looking to do that once again.
And White getting a talking to from the Giants training staff. He seems to be all right. Not sure what the exact issue was, but it looks like White will continue this game. He's had a really good game at the plate, especially in these last couple innings. 1-1. This is outside. 2-1 on Allen. Allen 2 for 3 with a single and a home run his last time up. He came around to score back in the bottom of the 5th off that single. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count goes even at 2-2.
Big pitch for Gonzalez to arrive back in the strike zone. Trying to strand 2 guys. Still no outs, though.
2-2. Swing and miss. And Gonzalez gets his first strikeout of his outing.
Baseman number 40,
Allen going down on strikes for the second time today. And that's a big one. The Giants want to get this inning over as quickly as possible because the top of the order is coming up for the Aces.
That pitch misses. Going inside for ball one on Sam Robertson, who's also 2 for 3 today. Doubled his last time up and came around to score. This one hit in the air, right field, tracking it is Robbins, and it falls foul. And Robbins going Superman style and just couldn't make the play. How many times have I said that tonight?
Yeah, he's gonna have some dirty baseball pants tonight, some good grass stains, but that is a token of hard work and a token that I think any baseball player will wear proudly.
I mean, the Aces have been late on a lot of pitches, which is why so many balls have gone foul that way. And Robbins having a track day out there. 1-1. This one fouled into the netting. Doesn't have the distance to get to the same place the previous one went. Count will go 1-2.
And if you're Gonzalez, get the strikeout. I usually don't say go for the strikeout, but from momentum, straining the runners.
1-2. Fouled again. Robertson has been late 3 times in a row now.
And what a strikeout does here is you ensure that those runners don't move up. If a ball's put in play, there's a lot of ways to get that run in, but nothing you can do if it's a swing and a miss.
1-2 again, 1 out. Inside, count goes 2-2. Two-two pitch from Gonzalez. Lofted right at the second baseman, Vicendis, who makes the out.
number 13, Tim Nicholson.
And there's 2 gone here in the top of the 8th.
Well, they do put it in play, but one of the rare balls put in play that wasn't going to get a run in. And that feels good for Gonzalez. And now, yeah, you have the top of the order, but if you get Nicholson, you don't have to worry about the rest of them with runners in scoring position.
This first pitch fouled into the fencing, and that line out to Vicendis, mispronounced it the first time, at second base is huge. This Aces offense has scored 3 out of their 5 runs tonight off of sac flies, and that second out there eliminating the possibility of a 4th sac fly. 0-1 to Nicholson. High and outside, count goes to 1-1. One, 2 outs. Right over the plate. Count goes to 1-2.
How about this? 2 runners in scoring position. They've been on since no outs. And Gonzalez with a strike can leave them out there.
1-2, 2 outs. This one hit in the air and down into right field for a base hit. 1 run scores, and it'll be runners on the corners with 2 out. Sorrentino being held at third, and the score is now 11-6.
Not ideal, not perfect, but the Giants were up 6, are now up 5. It's a big lead. Pitching with a lead, you're okay with giving up a run every now and again. It's just about throwing strikes, being efficient.
Runner immediately goes, trying to draw a throw to Nicholson. There is none, and that first pitch was low for ball 1. So stolen base for Nicholson on the first pitch. 1-0. Outside. Almost got a check swing from Jonathan Peltier. Count goes 2-0. Peltier.
This is where you got to be real careful.
Peltier puts this one on the ground to the shortstop, A.J. Martin, who has to throw all the way across his body. And he does! What can't he do? A.J. Martin has already extended his hit streak to 17 in this game, has reached base numerous times in numerous different ways, and that time gets out of the jam with a throw all the way across the diamond, across his body. And we'll step away, going to the bottom of the 8th. The score now 11-6 here in Gaithersburg. Welcome back on the Giants Broadcast Network as we go to the bottom of the 8th here at Criswell Automotive Field. I'm David Lewis, alongside me, Sammy Krimstein. And the Giants up 11-6 in this one. Jaden Brown will lead things off. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Single, an RBI double back in the bottom of the 6th, and a walk in the bottom of the 7th. He scored twice as well. First pitch to Brown. He hits this one, popped up into center field. Tracking it, Sorrentino making up some ground there for the first out of the inning.
First pitch, down goes Brown, but he's had a great night, really. I mean, maybe not the one that fills the stat sheet like A.J. Martin's has, but, I mean, a double, a walk, a single. He's been really good in left. He's a guy that has quietly heated up for Gaithersburg, and it's been fun to watch. He's really just an athlete, a guy who can do a lot on the baseball diamond.
Brings up Barham White. First pitch to White is high for ball 1. White, was robbed of a hit back in the bottom of the 4th, as we said, but now has 2 singles in his last 2 at-bats. 1-0, he pops this one up into right field. Tracking it to make the grab is Quinn Irons.
Had some trouble out there in right field.
Almost a miscommunication. Sam Robertson actually went almost as far as Quinn Irons for that one. I mean, I thought he was going to stop running eventually, but he went all the way out there. 2 outs, 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Aces getting back 1 run in the top of the inning. Ethan McNally, first pitch inside. Count goes to 1-0. Pitch from Alexander Brown. Misses outside 2-0. Aces went to the pen again. Brown making his 4th appearance. He's now gone 4 1/3 with the first 2 outs of this inning this season. 2-0, finds the zone 2-1. Brown has 5 walks to just 3 strikeouts and 5 hits. He's given up 3 earned runs, all of them coming against the Giants on June 16th in that 11-9 loss in extra innings That pitch coming in low and inside. Count goes to 3-1.
You know, David, I don't know how we missed this, but we had a Jaden Brown versus Alexander Brown matchup.
Yeah, I mean...
Those are always exciting.
3-1, swing and miss, and the count goes full. So Alexander Brown, who has a 2.73 whip coming into this game and an ERA above 7, is trying to get the Giants to go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. Full count, 2 outs, swing and miss by McNally. Miluski able to squeeze it, and we'll go to the top of the 9th. The Aces down to their final 3 outs. The Giants up 5 here on the Giants Broadcast Network. Sanderoff here.
Yeah.
Tanner Sanderoff on the mound for the Giants. He's been pretty much the Giants' closer, a two-way guy from Hofstra. And Tim Wilcox, the writer from the Cal Ripken League, in the booth with us giving the stat. With Sanderoff's appearance, this is now the 13th All-Star in this game alone. Again, this is the top 2 teams of the Cal Ripken League. And the Giants up 5, looking to even the records between the two.
And this would be the first time the Giants have beaten the Aces. The only team they have yet to beat in the Cal Ripken League. And it's going to be Sanderoff looking to get the job done. His past 2 outings have been a bit rough around the edges, but up until that point, he had been as lockdown could be when it comes to coming in the game late and shutting a team down. Hopefully he could get some of that going today.
First batter, he faces DeCandido. First pitch swinging, and it's into left field. So first pitch, first hit given up by Tanner Sanderoff.
The right fielder number 35, Jamie Quinn Iron.
That one came in at 91 and left the bat at 91 for DeCandido.
Yeah, right down the middle, and Sanderoff, almost a problem of being too aggressive into the strike zone, where that one is right over the middle of the plate.
This one fouled back with a loud thud.
Yeah.
Count goes to 0-1 on Jamie Quinn Irons, who had an RBI sac fly his last time up and only reached base via a walk back in the 4th inning. 0-1. Make that 0-2. Great pitch from Sanderoff. Upstairs, count goes to 1-2. So Aiden Gonzalez, his night is done in relief. He went 1 2/3, giving up 3 hits, 1 run unearned, and 1 strikeout across 8 batters faced. 1-2 to Quinn Irons, swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt.
Oof.
And the Aces are down to their final 2 outs.
That pitch is just disgusting. I believe it's the slider he takes out that time, and I mean, when you hear baseball players talk about a sword, right? A big swing and a miss on a pitch, usually outside the strike zone. Think of that. That is a sword, a definition sword. I mean, Tana Sandoff making him look silly.
That'll bring up Miluski. First pitch high for ball one.
Sandoff also the hardest thrower the Giants have put out there today. He's topping low 90s, 91 today, but I mean, we've seen him at 92, 93.
1-0. That one misses high again, 2-0. Miluski, again, another dangerous bat in this Aces lineup. Leads the team with 5 home runs. 2-0. This is outside, 3-0.
Yeah, and walks have been an issue for Sandoff. Only 2 of his outings of like 8-ish. Let's see, 6. 8 outings, yes. Only 2 of his 8 outings have had no walks. So that's been a bit of an issue for him that he's trying to work out, but see if he can do it right here.
3-1. This one hit into shallow center. A.J. Martin over the shoulder. He just continues to amaze me. Wow. And the Aces are down to their final out.
And the fun thing is, he just goes out there and makes that play like it's no big deal. He just does it confidently. And that's the trait I really love about A.J. Martin, his confidence, and he brings it to the field every day, and then he performs like this. He earns it. What a guy. So fun to watch.
First pitch fouled off by Plyler. And again, the Aces down to their final out. The Giants looking to even up the records between these two teams. The tie does go to the Aces, I believe, based on head-to-head wins. The Aces have already taken the season series. That pitch finds the zone, and now the Aces are down to their final strike. But after this, the Giants do have one more meeting. So that one could be the decider of who gets the number 1 overall seed. Should these teams meet in the championship series, that would give the better one the home field advantage. This one put on the ground, fielded by Colin Gibbs, spin around throw, not in time. And that was a really close collision by Gibbs and Martin.
Yeah.
But happy to say that they avoided contact, and it was fielded. And it was a pretty good throw by Colin Gibbs. I mean, he had to put himself in the spin cycle, just wasn't in time. So now it's 2 runners on, 2 out. First pitch to Sorrentino finds the zone. Oh, 1 check swing. Didn't go. Count goes 1-1. One, 1, 2 outs. Upstairs, count goes 2-1.
Just need a strike. Give him something to hit. Pitching with a big lead. They're going to have to score 5 runs before the Giants get 1 out.
2-1, misses low. Count goes 3-1.
So that being said, there's no reason for Sandoff not to just pound the strike zone right here.
3-1, 2 out. Pitch from Sandoff inside, and it's a walk to Sorrentino to load the bases.
And this is where you could start letting them back in the game. And yeah, I really like this. Capoza comes back out. He's going to try and settle Sandoff down. They want him to get the close. Or
Yeah.
they want him to save this thing.
And
But he needs a little talking to here to just get him on the right track. And he only needs 1 more out. He's already done a good job. It's just about finishing the job.
And as you mentioned, I mean, the Giants have, the past couple outings have really just been trying to get Sandoff his confidence back. He had a really good start to the season. His past couple outings, he's been roughed up. And again tonight, he's gotten 2 outs, but the bases are now loaded for the home run hitter tonight, Amari Allen.
Yeah, this is a guy that you don't want coming up with the bases loaded. And he's batting in the 8 hole. He only has 1 home run of the year, but that home run was tonight. And don't be fooled. This is a guy who contains big-time pop.
He certainly does. He's 2 for 4 tonight. A single, a run, a home run, and 2 strikeouts. He now has the bases loaded, 2 out. First pitch from Sanderoff. Almost hits him, gets away from White. And DeCandido elects to stay. Doesn't want to be too aggressive. Again, 2 outs. You're down a lot, and you're applying the pressure. So,
yeah, don't want to be the last out.
Yeah.
On a play like that, you got to be super careful, and DeCandido was.
so 1-0. Allen having to duck out of the way of the first pitch. Sanderoff trying to get that final out and win this for the Giants. 1-0. Finds the zone at 89. One. Swing and a miss from Allen. And once again, Sanderoff is 1 strike away from winning this game. 1-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Pitch to Allen, outside.
Did not miss by much with that one.
Some displeasure in the crowd in the dugout. I mean, they just kind of want to end this thing, go home happy. 2-2, 2 out. Pitch to Allen. This one hit in the air, left field, tailing foul, and it will get out of play.
Allen does not want to go home quite yet. He's not ready for the drive back to Alexandria.
And as you mentioned, he went to Sherwood, but on the Aces roster, it says Amari Allen's from Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that... I mean, I believe it's true. I don't know exactly what that implies, but...
Yeah. 2-2. This one put on the ground and foul again.
Why not end what has been a great game with a really fun at-bat to watch? This one has gone on for quite a while already.
Certainly has. This is now going to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Sanderoff just misses low. Sanderoff thought he had the call. Our trackman says it was a 50-50 call. And the count goes full. Both dugouts getting into it. There's nowhere to put Allen. Full count, 2 outs. Runners are going. Fouled off yet again.
And don't forget, this 5-run lead does feel big, but if Allen were to come around and score, the Giants would only be up by 1 run. So, I mean, he is doing all in his power here to extend this game and give himself a chance.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. 3-2, 2 outs. Outside, ball 4, and it'll walk a run home. The score now 11-7.
Number 4, Sam Robinson.
Or if you want a Slurpee, 7-Eleven. I couldn't resist. But the bases are still loaded, and now Robertson, who has had a nice night, comes to the plate as the tying run.
Yeah, this game's getting interesting now. Tying run at the plate, still 2 outs. First pitch from Sanderoff. This one hit in the air, left field. Brown under it, makes the grab. And that will end it. The Giants finally take down the Alexandria Aces. 11-7, your final from Gaithersburg. They make the most of those 2 days off and come back with their 4th win in a row. And now they are tied for the league lead overall. The Crop Dusters fell to the Senators. That game just going final a couple minutes ago, 3-1, so they extend their lead over the Crop Dusters. The Big Train, though, up 7-1 against the DC Grays at home in the bottom of the 8th. And the Braves up 4-3 in Silver Spring in the 9th inning. Sammy, what a game this was.
David, this Giants team has accomplished a lot this year. And coming into tonight, the one thing in terms of regular season play they had not done was beat this team. After tonight, they can happily say that they have beat the Alexandria Aces. And yeah, they are now tied for the league lead, number 1 overall. They once again extend their lead at the top of the North Division. That magic number is dipping lower and lower. This Giants team, I mean, we can say it every week, and we do say it every week. They are for real. They can play every single facet of the game of baseball. They do it well. And they are a real threat to contend for the league title this year. And Gaithersburg has not seen a title.
Yeah.
Alexandria, they made the title last year. They won it 2 years ago. The Gaithersburg Giants, like many teams in this league besides the Big Train, have never won a title. I mean, out of the teams that exist in this league today, the Big Train have won, the Thunderbolts have won, the Aces have won, end of list.
Yeah.
So the Giants are trying to make themselves a 4th name on that list. And they are a real threat to do so. After tonight's game, they beat what was the best team in this league. Now they are up there as one of the best teams in this league. So
Yeah.
it'll be a fun stretch of baseball these next few weeks. Approaching the postseason, of course, if the Giants do indeed clinch the division, postseason will be a blast.
Yep.
And we will be there all the way. We're very excited to keep watching this team. It's been fun already, but there's a lot more fun coming up. So stay tuned to the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. That's all I'm going to say, because we have a lot of fun baseball coming up.
Certainly stay tuned. Tomorrow night, I'll be on the call for that one in Silver Spring as they take on the T-Bolts. And just 9 games left to the season. It's gone by in a hurry. And how's this for drama? These two teams, now with equal records, standing atop their divisions respectfully, will meet for the final time in the final game of the season on July 17th at 6:30. They have 7 games in between, all to play for in this Cal Ripken season. For Sammy Krimstein, I'm David Lewis. We thank you for tuning in for this amazing team win